Hello everyone. Today we will learn about chapter tissues, which is chapter number 6 in 9th class Science NCERT book. In today's video, we will learn about plant tissues and its types. Let's start it. Plant tissues. Plant tissues, firstly, what are tissues? Tissues is the collection of cells which perform similar function and almost having similar structure. Now, tissues are found in each and every living organism. Cell collection is found there. In unicellular organism, only single cell is found. Therefore, no tissue is found in their body. Whereas, in organisms having organ system level of organization, tissues are found in that organism's body. Plants and animals, they have organ system of organization and therefore they have tissues in their body. Now, what are plant tissues? The cells found in plants collectively performing similar function, having similar structure are known as plant tissues. As we know that plants are stationary, they are fixed to a place, they can't move, they have limited growth and therefore their tissues will be specialized for these specific functions only. Plant need tissues which provide support to them, which provide structural strength to them, and most of the plant tissues are dead, and these dead cells provide mechanical strength to the plants. In this figure, a plant is shown to you, different parts of it like leaf, stem and root is shown, and in these different parts, different type of tissues are found which are specific for their functions. Now, types of tissues, mainly plant tissues are categorized into two main types. One is meristematic tissues, other one is permanent tissues. Meristematic tissues are those tissues which have the ability to divide. They divide regularly and they are found in the growing regions of the plant. Whereas permanent tissues lose the ability to divide and they have different functions and different types. Now, first type of plant tissues, that is meristematic tissues. Meristematic tissues are those tissues which have the power of division. They are dividing tissues, they have dividing cells and their cells are in highly active state. They have dense cytoplasm, large nucleus, thin cytoplasm, but the vacuoles are negligible, may be absent, or if they are present, they are very small in size because these cells need not to store things. For future, they are actively dividing, therefore, vacuoles usually absent in meristematic tissues. The new cells produced in meristematic cells are initially like meristem, but on maturation, they differentiate and they form specific and other tissues. Here in this diagram, meristematic tissues are shown to you. Meristematic tissues are of three types: apical meristem, intercalary meristem and lateral meristem. So, in the stem and root, lateral meristem is shown to you, and here intercalary and apical meristem is shown to you. Apical meristem tissues are found in the tip of the shoot, tip of the root. On the basis of position, we can classify meristematic tissues into main three types, that is apical meristem, intercalary meristem and lateral meristematic tissues. Apical meristem. Apical meristem are those meristematic tissues which are present on the tip of the plant stem or root, means they are found in the growing regions of the plant. These help the plant to elongate, they help in elongation or to grow in, help the plant to grow in length. Here you can see in this diagram, apical tissues are found at the tip. Next is intercalary meristematic tissues which are found at the base of nodes, at the base of leaves. The point from where the branch originates is known as nodal region. This is the node region, and here again node region, and the region between the two internode is known as internodal region. In internodal region, intercalary meristematic tissues are found. Next is lateral meristematic tissues. These are found on the sides of the plant body and these help in increasing the girth. Girth means thickness of the stem and root in plants. Now next type of tissue in plants are the permanent tissues. After meristematic tissues, permanent tissues are there. Now what are permanent tissues? Permanent tissues are formed from the meristematic tissues. When the meristematic tissues lose the ability to divide, they get matured and acquire a specific role, they become permanent tissues. And this process by which meristematic tissues take up permanent shape, size and function is known as differentiation. Permanent tissues in plants can be categorized into two main categories. One is simple permanent tissues, other one are complex permanent tissues. Simple permanent tissues are further subdivided into parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma, whereas complex permanent tissues are divided into xylem and phloem. Now simple permanent tissues. These are the permanent tissues, but why these are known as simple permanent tissues? Because these are made up of similar type of cells, and these similar cells perform similar function. These are basing packaging tissues in plant, and these can be categorized into three categories: parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. First simple permanent tissue is parenchyma. Parenchyma consists of live, unspecialized cells having thin cell wall, and these are loosely packed. They have large intercellular spaces. What are intercellular spaces? The spaces between the cells. Here you can see in this diagram, this space, the space between the cells is known as intercellular space. These are loosely packed, and these provide support to the plant present in all parts like roots, stems, leaves, fruits and seeds. Their main function is to store food and water, and sometimes these tissue contain chlorophyll in them, and therefore they are known as chlorenchyma. Because of chloroplast or chlorophyll present in them, they are capable of doing photosynthesis. And in aquatic plants, parenchymatous tissues are known as aerenchyma, because aerenchyma having large air cavities in them, due to which they provide buoyancy to the plant. एक्वाटिक प्लांट बेटे पानी में पाए जाते हैं, और ये जो पौधे होते हैं, ये जो प्लांट्स होते हैं, ये पानी के ऊपर तैरते हैं. क्यों तैर पाते हैं? क्योंकि कोई चीज़ अगर कोई स्विम कर पा रही है मीन्स उसकी डेंसिटी कम है, वो लाइट वेट की है. तो ये लाइट वेट कैसे बनते हैं? इनके जो पेरेन्काइमेटस टिश्यूज़ होते हैं उसमें एयर स्पेसेस होती हैं, एयर कैविटीज़ होती हैं, जो कि इसको फ्लोटिंग में इसको हेल्प करते हैं, बायंसी देते हैं. Now next is collenchyma. Collenchyma is again a simple permanent tissue. The cells of these tissues are living, elongated, and they have thickened corners. You can see in this diagram, thickened corners are found in collenchymatous tissues. This term was coined by Sheldon, and collenchyma provide flexibility and mechanical support to the plant. अगर आप किसी भी प्लांट की एक ट्विग को नीचे की तरफ, ब्रांच को नीचे की तरफ खींचेंगे, ज़्यादा जोर लगाएंगे नहीं, बस खींचेंगे और छोड़ देंगे, तो ब्रांच दोबारा अपनी पोजीशन पे चली जाती है. क्यों जाती है? बिकॉज ऑफ द flexibility, and this flexibility is given by collenchymatous tissues, and these also provide mechanical support to the plant. These collenchymatous tissues have little intercellular space, and these allow the bending of plant without breaking. Now next type of simple permanent tissue is sclerenchymatous tissues. Sclerenchyma, these tissues are dead, due to which the plant become hard and stiff. Coconut husk के अंदर जो बेटे tissue है, that is sclerenchymatous tissue. Structurally these are long and narrow. Their walls are thick because of the presence of lignin. Lignin is a chemical substance. They don't have intercellular spaces, and the tissues are present in stem, covering of seeds, nuts, around the veins of leaf and around vascular bundle. What are vascular bundle? The tissues which are responsible for the conduction in plants. वहाँ पर बेटे जो tissues पाए जाते हैं, they are sclerenchymatous tissues. Here in this diagram you can see a fiber and a sclerate having thick cell wall and lumen, whereas in sclerate there are pits, thick cell wall and lumen. Now, permanent tissues हमने किया था कि दो तरह के हैं. One is simple permanent tissue and other one is complex permanent tissues. Simple we have already done, having three types: parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. Now coming to the complex permanent tissues. Why these permanent tissues are known as complex? Because they are made up of different type of cells and all the cells combine to perform a common function. Type of complex permanent tissues. Complex permanent tissues are of two types, xylem and phloem. Now first complex permanent tissue is xylem. Xylem, these are dead and thick walled cells, and xylem is mainly responsible for water conduction in plant body. It provides mechanical strength to the plant. It transports water as well as minerals. Here you can see in this diagram, xylem tissues are shown. Xylem consists of four types of cells: tracheids, vessels, xylem parenchyma and xylem fibers, which are here shown in this diagram. Xylem is further divided into four main components, that is tracheids, vessels, xylem parenchyma and xylem fibers. Now tracheids. Tracheids are the tubular structures. The cells are elongated and having sharp endings. Here you can see in this diagram, elongated cells having sharp endings and pits are there. These help in transportation of water and minerals vertically. Main function is conduction of water. And here one thing you have to learn, that xylem conduction, the transportation of water and mineral in xylem is unidirectional. क्योंकि बेटे xylem root से लेगा water, soil का जो water है, जो minerals है soil से, वो root के अंदर जाएंगे through root pressure or transpiration pull, and they will move upward in the plant body. Therefore xylem flow is unidirectional. Now next is vessels. Vessels are tubular structures and these are also elongated and aligned end to end. These help in again transportation of water and mineral. Here you can see vessels which are broader than that of the tracheids, and here you can see pits in it. Next is xylem parenchyma and xylem fibers. Xylem parenchyma help in storage of food. It conduct water in sideways. Xylem fiber is supportive in function. The cells are both elongated and pointed at end. Here you can see in this diagram, xylem parenchyma is shown to you. You can see here rectangular cells are there, elongated cells are there with the nucleus in the center, and cytoplasm is shown with the help of green dots. Next complex permanent tissue is phloem. Phloem is the food conducting element or food conducting tissue in plant body. It helps in transportation of food synthesized by leaves by the process of photosynthesis, and this food move in both directions, that is towards lower side, root, shoot, and toward upper side also. Therefore the flow of food in water in phloem is bidirectional, and the food which is formed, that is in the form of starch or sucrose, and that soluble food, starch or sucrose, move bidirectionally in the plant body by the process known as translocation. Here you can see in this diagram, here in this part, plant body stem is shown to you. Xylem and phloem components, जो उसकी conducting tubes हैं इन द स्टेम, वो आपको क्लियरली विजिबल है कि जाइलम और फ्लोएम है. ये ट्यूब्स हैं जो कि अपर बॉडी तक प्लांट बॉडी को कनेक्ट करेंगी. एंड हियर इन अनदर डायग्राम जाइलम कैम्बियम रीजन एंड फ्लोएम रीजन इज शोन. जाइलम फ्लो देखिए अपवर्ड एरोज हैं कि पानी ऊपर की तरफ जा रहा है. फ्लोएम का फ्लो दिखा रखा है नीचे के तरफ एरोज की लीफ से जो खाना बना, दैट इज मूविंग टुवर्ड रूट एंड शूट. Now phloem is divided into four main components, that is sieve tubes, companion cell, phloem fibers and phloem parenchyma. Here you can see in this diagram, this is phloem parenchyma. phloem parenchyma. And sieve tube contains sieve plate, जो कि यहाँ पर आपको pores दिखाई दे रहे हैं, that is representing sieve plate, and this structure is representing sieve tube. उसके साथ में ही companion cell है. Sieve tubes don't have their own nucleus. It is the nucleus of companion cell which support the functions of sieve tube. Now sieve tubes, these are the tubular structures or the tubular cells having perforated walls, having small pores in their walls. And companion cells are the living parenchymatous cells. Their cell wall is thin, and sieve tube and companion cells are originated from the same mother cell. It's the nucleus of companion cell which support the functioning of sieve tubes. Now next component of phloem is phloem fibers and phloem parenchyma. Phloem fibers are dead cells made up of sclerenchymatous tissue. Examples: jute, flax and hemp, whereas phloem parenchyma are living and parenchymatous. They help in storage of food. They have nucleus and cellulosic cell wall, but phloem parenchyma is absent in monocots. Here in this diagram you can see phloem components again: sieve plate, sieve tube, companion cell and phloem parenchyma. Let's recapitulate. In today's video, we have learnt about plant tissues, which are categorized mainly into two types, that is meristematic and permanent tissues. Meristematic and permanent tissues. Meristematic tissues on the basis of location can be divided into apical meristems, intercalary or lateral meristems, whereas permanent tissues are mainly categorized into simple permanent tissues and complex permanent tissues. Meristematic tissues have ability to divide, permanent tissues lose the ability to divide, acquire a specific function. And simple permanent tissues are made up of single type of cells, whereas complex contain many type of cells. Simple permanent tissues are divided into parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma, and parenchyma can be categorized as arenchyma if it has air cavities or air spaces between them, and chlorenchyma if it has chlorophyll in them. Then sclerenchyma can be divided into fibers and sclerates. Complex permanent tissues are of two types, xylem and phloem. Xylem help in conduction of water and minerals, and it contains four main components, that is tracheids, vessels, xylem parenchyma and xylem fibers, whereas phloem has main four components, sieve tubes, companion cell, phloem parenchyma and phloem fibers. That's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you.